Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up, where football lives and breathes. Join us as we explore the heart of the game. This is Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up.
Enthusiasts, today we're excited to have a conversation with Luna, a very talented player who graces the field with her skills and passion for the game. With her prowess and dedication to football, Luna has embarked on an inspiring journey within grassroots football community. Join us as we delve into her experiences, the challenges she's faced, and the triumph that she celebrated as a formidable football player. Welcome, Luna.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, very welcome. All right, we're just going to get straight into the first block, which is personal questions. So what is your full name, nickname, and any socials you want to share with us today?
So my full name is Luna Alvis Etienne. So Alvis is my middle name. And then what was the second one? So my full name,
Nickname, any nickname?
Recently I got nicknamed Loons. Just something
Loons?
quick. Yeah, Loons is just a quick one. Little quick one on the pitch, doing a quick 1-2 players, so get Loons a couple times. And then socials, the main one that I use is Insta, so L.AE11.
Excellent, lovely. Okay, how old are you and where are you from?
So 18 and I'm from Southeast London, Camberwell. And background wise, my mum is from Brazil and my dad is from Martinique. And I was born here.
Martinique, excellent.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Who do you currently play for and where are they based?
So I currently play for Dulwich Hamlet and they're based in Dulwich. So like quite local to me, Southeast. So yeah, it just works basically.
Excellent. Okay, what is your position in the team and is that your favorite position?
So I play wing, predominantly left side, but sometimes they can switch me to like a right winger as well. But I'm mainly like a left wing for them. And then I've been introduced as well as like number 10 a couple times in a few games and training sometimes as well. It's like a new position within that team. But I've played number 10 for college as well. So, but yeah, I'm trying to mix it up basically. And then,
all the attacks.
exactly.
I like that.
Definitely.
Okay, next one is who or what motivated you to start playing football?
I'd say my older cousin, the one I'm closest in age. So he is turning 21 this year. Unfortunately, he stopped playing football, but he was the one that initially got me into football because I was always spending time with my auntie, and then we literally grew up together, and he was always playing. I'm not sure if you know Mansfield Park, which is quite local to me, literally down the road to me, which is where Lambeth Tigers trains in the Jadon Sancho pitch. So that's literally my local pitch. Grew up playing there every day. So it was kind of my older cousin that got me into it. And then I was initially always interested in sport, but he got me into football, I'd say. I was like, let me try it out. And then from primary school around year 5, I'd say, is when I started. Obviously, the thing growing up, girls only being in like within the boys and everything, because there wasn't much girls playing. So that was me. I was the only girl in the boys team playing growing up in primary school. And then that carried on into secondary school, and then it's just carried on ever since. But when I found out that I could actually play, and I was like, this is nice, like it's fun and everything. And then I was just like, I might as well carry on. And then here I am today, still playing.
Excellent. And big up Cuzzo for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he come watch you play and all that?
Yeah. He comes when we have home games, especially as well at Champion Hill. In Dulwich, he comes to support as well.
Yeah, that's big. Okay, which player has helped shape your playing style, would you say?
Would you say someone that I would watch, someone I would know, or someone that I would idolize?
I was just about to say, genius. You could go either way, someone you've played with or someone you've watched, whichever comes straight to you.
I'd say it's someone that I'd idolize. So it might sound a bit biased, but coming from Brazil, I think we've had like amazing players. So I'd say like Ronaldinho and Neymar. I'd say Ronaldinho when I was younger. Even now actually, but I think not even just the way that he plays, but as well the moral behind of why he plays, like always expressing himself, always playing with a smile on his face. Like that's something that sometimes I forget. And especially as a young player, we're more likely to put more pressure on ourselves because obviously we want to make it as soon as possible. But the main reason why we started playing football is to express ourselves and to enjoy ourselves. So I think for him, I'd say Ronaldinho, mainly because of remembering to enjoy myself and enjoy the process rather than the actual destination. So I'd say Ronaldinho, but Neymar with just the way that he is, just the way he plays. Honestly, like, at the level that he's played at and the stuff that he's done in games, and it's crazy. So I'd say those two are my two players that I idolize.
Excellent. Can't go wrong with those two, man. All right,
Yeah.
next question. Which club do you dream of playing for and do you support them? That was part of my question, but I now know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that. So go
So
on.
to be honest, yeah, it might sound a bit weird, but I actually don't support a team because I don't really watch football, which
Okay.
does sound kind of mad
Well,
because obviously
you know
I'm a
what?
football
I
player.
do
It's
have
kind
that.
of mad.
You had that as a question for you, right? I was like,
Yeah,
is it true? Because I was told, yeah, you don't have a team, and I was like,
yeah, I don't have a
ah,
team.
she must be cold, like good at football, and then bang, because lately it's been about I don't know if you
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
Ben White. He's the
yeah,
same.
yeah,
He plays, that's his job. He plays football, but when
yeah.
he's off, he's gone. You don't even want
Yeah.
to play for England. He's out of it.
No, no,
And I'm
no,
like,
no.
fair enough. If you're good at
And
something, no one said you
yeah,
have to be on it
exactly,
24 hours.
exactly,
I respect that.
exactly,
That's deep. But go on,
exactly.
tell me about it. Tell me we can jump to that
No,
question.
so like I don't support a team because I don't really watch it. I'll be honest. I don't know what it is about football. I feel like I'm quite impatient, so I think it's better to play the 90 minutes than watch it.
Okay.
So yeah, for me, obviously, if like the World Cup is playing, of course I'm watching. Like the World Cup is the World Cup. There's nothing above that. But I don't know, something about like Match of the Day. I'm not really a fan of watching that. Obviously, I keep like I have like a couple football apps where or like socials where I'm aware of like the games and who's
So to
playing and everything. Yeah, yeah, I'm aware of that, but I don't. It's not something like I'm always buying the kit every time. Like I'm going to
yeah,
every home
yeah.
game. Like that's not me. That's actually not me. So
That's great.
no,
You know
I
what?
don't support a team. No, it's
You know
mad.
what?
I know it's mad.
In my mind, I was thinking, you know what? Because I've heard, bar Ben White, obviously, I've heard of
Mm,
supporters now, because I'm 40. So I've heard of younger
yeah,
supporters now. They follow players now instead of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
clubs.
Instead
And I
of
was
the
like,
teams, exactly.
yeah, that might be what Luna's on. Maybe it's like,
Yeah,
oh no, I like Messi or I like Ronaldo and
yeah,
wherever they
yeah,
at,
yeah,
I just ride. That's what I
yeah,
thought it was,
exactly.
but it's not even
Yeah,
that for you.
it's not even that.
It's not even
It's
that.
just a thing where I play it, I enjoy it, but once like it's obviously my life, but I have football and then I have my private life. So I'm a full-time student as well. So like
Yeah,
I take my studies like very seriously. Obviously, I know that football is not a promised career path. So obviously, I've got some have like a backup plan for it. But yeah, it's like a separate life for me. I'd say I've got two different lives. I've got a studious life, like student, and then I've got like footballer life. But I'd say like everything does evolve around the football. But I've chosen to take full time school to go towards that. So, but yeah, like I've got two separate lives, I'd say. But no, I don't
yeah.
support a team. Players, I obviously like follow, but it's not something where I'm like, oh, this team is playing, come let's watch them. Like, no, like I don't really go to like games and stuff. I don't watch it. It's not really my vibe either. I'll be
Nah,
real.
nah, I hear
It's not
you. I
really
hear
my
you. I
vibe.
hear you. Wow, that is just like you're the
Yeah, it's
first person I've
mad.
ever spoke to, literally ever spoke to say that. I'm like,
It's crazy.
and you love football. It's like
It's crazy. It's
it's
crazy. It's so
crazy,
weird,
but
but
let you
yeah,
live,
it
man.
happens.
Let you live. But you said something that was leading into another question that I got, which is how do you manage football life and personal life?
Yeah.
Is it difficult, or do you find it easy to shut off? I'll do
So
what you got to do.
I'd say there's been moments where it's been easy, and obviously there's been moments where it's been difficult. Obviously, during GCSEs was a difficult time for me. At that time, I was playing for Millwall. I think I was under 16s. So I was doing GCSEs, and then I was sorry under 18s. So I was doing GCSEs, and then I was playing under 18 slash first team. So I was training with both. So it was kind of like the transition time. Obviously that was really difficult. There's a lot of stress on my mind, like with revision, with GCSEs. and then making sure that when I go to training, like I just forget about that and solely focus on the session and just do well on the session. But yeah, there's been times where it has been difficult. Obviously, I communicate with my coach currently right now when I'm currently like on a break right now to focus on the last couple months of year 13. Obviously because it's a really difficult year and I've got a lot of coursework to hand in and stuff. So yeah, just literally just communicating with my club and my coach, and it's really like it's nice to know that he understands as well. He even communicated to me before I think it was the end of year 12. He was like, next year, I know it's going to be difficult. So just communicate with me if you're tired, if you need to get work done. So that's exactly what I've done. I've just communicated with him and said, look, I need some time away just to solely focus on the last couple months of year 13, and I'm right back into training. So yeah, there is difficult moments, but I think everyone has their own ways of handling it. I think for me, it's just trying to focus on what's, I think, will help me within the future, I'd say. So I know, like I said, of course, my plan A is to play football, but as well, if I want to be successful, I know I'm going to have to go through that education route regardless, because that is definitely where I would want to go, like in terms of success. So I think focusing on the schoolwork and then go into football is just like a way that I handled it, so I'm not overloading myself or being stressed of like, oh, I'm at training but I've got X, Y, and B assignments that I need to hand in and I haven't done it. So I think once those assignments are done and I'm back in training, then I'm putting 100% effort into both worlds basically.
You know what? I'm sitting there listening to you. That question there was the answer. You smashed that. That's insane. Big up yourself. Big up the family that raised you. That's. I'm just like I'm like, why wasn't I like that when I was what's wrong with me, man? It's made me recheck my whole life as a teen. I was like, I messed up. I messed up. That's
No,
my
no.
family, but God, nah, you're there. It's ridiculous. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the list. Round of applause. That was crazy.
Thank you.
Crazy,
Thank you.
crazy. All right, next one is: do you have any pre-game rituals or superstitions?
Not really actually. I've been asked this question a couple times, and when I think of it, I actually don't. Obviously,
Okay.
I think the most I would do, I don't know if you would call it a ritual. Some people might say it, but I just do a little prayer before getting onto the pitch. That's about it. But I don't have anything of like stepping on. I know a couple players say, oh, I only step on the pitch with my right foot, for example,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they
yeah.
tie laces
Not
differently
changing
or
shirts
whatever.
or
Yeah,
shorts or Crocs.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's no, I'm not really like superstitious like that. Like I said, religious, just the prayer, and then that's about it. Just put it on God's hands, basically.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that one. Even like food, even like pre-game food.
Mm.
Is it the same all the time? You gotta have this. No.
Not really, actually. Like with food, like I always have eggs. I always have eggs. So that's just like a common base for like breakfast, for match day. But it's not every day. Not every like
Every
match day the
game or
same
whatever.
thing. No, I just say that it's always so happens to be eggs with something. It could be eggs with toast, egg with beans, but yeah, that's about it. So if you want to
Yeah.
call it a ritual, then go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess
Eggs and
I guess it is
eggs.
then eggs and something and eggs and whatever for breakfast. So yeah.
All right. Cool. This question's coming out of left. Do you have a favorite type of boots? I asked this question because I did a little video a couple of weeks ago. I didn't even realize how many different boots there are now. All I
Yeah,
knew is
it's
studs
crazy.
and blades and national
Yeah.
turf. But there's like three,
Exactly.
four more. I'm like, where did this
Yeah,
come
it's crazy.
from? It's
For
crazy.
me,
Do you have a favorite type? Yeah.
for me, I'd say Puma Futures, and that's not even just because of like I'm not sure if you know, but like I've got like a boot deal with them.
Okay. No.
So,
Oh,
but
all right.
that's not even it's not even because of that. Because honestly, growing up, I used to wear a lot of like Mercurial Vapors, like night
Yes.
Mercurial Vapors, like the 14s, but the old ones, so like the pink ones, the black ones, blue ones, like all those ones were like, but the Vapors, it had to be the Vapors. I wasn't on no sock thing that weren't for me. That weren't for me. Had to be the cut socks, and then the low sock boot. That was my combo. But I think now Puma Futures, like no complaints in the boot at all. Like they're so comfortable. They fit like a sock. And I think a lot of players think that you've got to have like a specific boot for the position that you play, which I
Is that a
get, but
thing?
at the same time, some people like think that. Some people think that
Wow.
like
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
grew up,
heard that.
when I grew up, I was just like, okay, cool. Like I was obviously I grew up as like a winger, so I had vapors, so it didn't make sense. But now like I'm a winger playing with Puma Futures, and like I have no issue with that. And they're not like they're not like the lightest boot in terms of like they're really thin as like a lot of
Okay.
speed boots would be, but they're so comfortable. And yeah, I love them, so I have no issue with that. I can play whatever position in them, and yeah, I think yeah, Puma Futures best boot. Honestly, love them.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
recommendation right there. All right.
definitely.
Are you the type of player who enjoys training sessions? Sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
are.
So yeah,
Can I
to
ask you why?
experiment and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
to
To
experiment. And I think as well, just getting you prepared for game day, I'd say. So just like team bonding. You're working on like passing combinations ahead of what you're gonna do on a match day, just to make sure that you're ready, sorry, before like a match day on a Sunday, and experiment in new stuff. Like sometimes in the game you might not have the opportunity to do stuff. And then in training you'll play a game and you'll have the opportunity to do it. So you might as well try it out. And if you see it doesn't work, then you do it again. But if it works and you're like, okay, cool, it's giving you the confidence for you to do it on a match day. So I think training is really important. And I do enjoy it as well because it's kind of like a break within my week. And it's something that I look forward to as well. So obviously, if I've had a long day of school, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm tired, but I got training, so I can just kind of let loose and just release all the stress that I've had from this long day. And then yeah, it's just something to look forward to, basically.
Nice. Nice. Okay. In your view, what do you think makes a great player?
Um, I think different people would have different opinions, but in my view, just like a bit of everything. But I'd say, are you talking about ability wise, or even like just like
Thank
apart
you.
from
Thank you
like
for throwing that.
ability?
I'm thinking
Exactly.
because now that you said that, I'm like, see, that's
Yeah.
get into this question because you see,
Yeah.
like Haaland, see, like Haaland, they say like he's like a great goal scorer, but there's some people saying he's not an
Yeah.
all-round footballer, and they're comparing him to like Harry
Okay,
Kane and
cool.
that. So I'm thinking,
Yeah, yeah,
now that you said that, yeah, you know, like all right, like Ronaldinho, like what do you
yeah.
think makes those type of guys? Is it playing with enjoyment, as you said, like with a smile on your face, or do you think you could be militant and still,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Muller, them man there,
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah,
them
yeah.
man seem more militant about their game
Yeah,
than
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Ronaldinho is. He's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
just twist you up for fun. You get me? Because I
yeah.
can.
It's
You get
true.
me?
It's true.
So
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what? Yeah, it is like I feel like it's a very like broad question because, for example, if you're asking it within like a coach's point of view, you'll have say you've had 10 coaches, each of them would want a different type of player. So it's kind of like what they would want as a player. But if I was a coach, I think I would want a player that was able to, I'd say like 5 things. So like express themselves in terms of on the pitch. Like I wouldn't want them to be limited at all because I've been in situations where I felt limited and it's very uncomfortable and you're not able to enjoy your football. And then if you're not enjoying your football, you're not playing well. And if you're not playing well, then you're just not going to get played. So it all just go downhill from there. So
yeah,
I think expressing yourself is definitely an important thing. And in expressing yourself, you're going to be enjoying the football, you're gonna have like positive habits. For example, like communication with players is really important, not only with players but with coaches. So I think communication as well is really important as a player. I'd say with good communication, you build positive relationships with coaches, with players, with staff, which is really important. And when you have that positive relationship within a team, you create a family. And obviously, within a family, you're able to be yourself, you're able to be comfortable, and you'll just be playing the best football, basically. And then I'd say as well, what else? What else? What else? There's a few things actually. It's kind of caught me off guard. Good communication skills, positive relationship, expressing yourself. Obviously you would want like a good technical player, within good ability, whether that's defender, midfielder, attacker. You would want a good level of ball mastery skills. I think that would be like a baseline, I'd say, for me as a coach. Um, and overall, I think good work rate as well. I think if there's a player that, for example, hasn't met that level of ball mastery skills, but if they have that determination and that work ethic to reach it, then I think that's the best thing that you can ask for a coach. Like they might not be the best player, but they can be the most hardworking player on the team,
yeah.
and that would like hard work beats talent. Basically, that's basic. there's no talking, there's no like nothing after that. So I think as a hardworking player, you can achieve a lot of things. So I'd say hardworking is the last one for me, I'd say.
Excellent. Okay. Next up is when you're not. How did I write this down? When you're
Go on,
not
say
doing,
it and I'll figure it out.
yeah, when you're not doing something that involves football, what could you be found doing? So other than coursework.
Other than coursework, because I would have said coursework, I would have said coursework. You know me too well. I would have said
I was
coursework,
gonna say,
I would have
because
been
I know
quick
you
to say
should be doing
coursework.
coursework.
Honestly, no, like if it was coursework, it's either football or coursework. That's my life. Like it's actually
Same.
mad. But if it's not coursework, I'm a very family orientated person. So I'd say spending time with friends, with family. And I'm quite an introverted person as well. I like to stay home a lot. Like watch movies, spend time with my family, like I said. Or I'll be at the gym as well. Could be at the gym doing some rehab, or doing some strength and conditioning, just trying to improve myself as a player, basically. Anything that I can do to improve myself as a player, or just to have some relaxing time with friends, with family. And then I just like to chill at home. Anything just to relax my body is basically what you'll catch me doing.
Cool. Lovely. Great answers. Okay. Aside from football, who has been the biggest influence in your life off the pitch? So no football.
Oh, good question. Good question. I wouldn't say it's kind of difficult to say person, so I would say people, if that's all right.
Lovely.
I'd probably say my parents, obviously because they're quite like really, really hardworking. My mom's a personal trainer, so she's just had fitness all her life. So I'd say her determination and her hard work has definitely influenced me to be the person I am today. And the same for my dad as well. I think my dad's like a really hardworking person as well, which luckily enough I've been able to take that attribute of his. And I think being able to take that sort of attribute from both of my parents has really benefited me as a person, being work like making sure that I'm putting 100%, whether that's in football, schoolwork, or anything. So I think my parents have been really influential on me, and then like you said, like they've taught me to be the person that I am today. So I'd say my parents. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, great answer. Nah, I'm glad I said it even before we even got to that. That's what I'm saying. I just feel it. Yeah, I'll pick them up every time. Pick them up every time. All right. Last question in this block. It's a little deep, but depending on how it hits you, is what does football mean to you?
Football. So I would say I started like reasonably late. Started at around age 7, I think. I think it was 7. And I say that's quite late. I would say that's late. I would say that's pretty late because as well, considering that the first team that I was at age 13 as well.
Okay.
So so I'd say football is just being a way for me to express myself. Um, and I'd say I'm not too sure. It's just always been there. It's just something that I've always enjoyed playing. Like I'll be hours in the park just playing, and I don't see myself doing hours of anything else. So I think it's just something that I always enjoy and I'll always love. And then I just think imagine like playing professionally and you're getting paid for something that you love. Like I don't think some people really, really understand what that means. Like you're truly doing something you love as a profession and you're able to gain that kind of those benefits as well, and those benefits can help support your family or friends, which is definitely something that I want to do in the future. So I think it's just a pathway that I know where it will be able to take me, the benefits of it, but mainly because of how it makes me feel and how it brings people together. Like I've met a lot of my close friends through football, and I'm friends with them today, and it's just great. I've had great experiences with football, and I've had like loads of opportunities with it. So I'd say, I think it just makes me happy, which can be quite like plain, but truly it just makes me happy. And I've just had opportunities from it. And hopefully I carry on getting opportunities from it where I can help my family, my friends, and even other people. So I'll see where it takes me, basically.
Yes. That whole block was amazing. All right, people, we're going to be back in a second. Let's smash.
World where passion meets the pitch. This is Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up, uncovering football's true spirit.
All right, so here we got the first Would You Rather game. Yeah, so we've got 15 of these. So how my rules are is so you can just pick one and we can move on. If it's too hard for you to pick one and you want to like explain yourself why you're picking one, you can. And if you want to pass, I will allow a pass. Yeah,
All
you
right,
can.
cool.
All right, no, I can't answer. Skip to the next one.
Cool.
Here we go. First one. Emma Hayes or Pep Guardiola?
Oh, good one. Good one. I might have to pick Emma Hayes,
Ooh, all right.
Pep is good. You know what? I only say Emma, sorry, because of the Chelsea documentary that I had watched. And that was like a sick documentary.
You saw something else.
That was mad. Like the way that she changed the whole team and like to make them what they are today is crazy. So yeah, but I feel like as well, Pep is like an amazing coach. I haven't even watched the new Man City documentary.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I need to watch that. No, I need to watch it. I feel like if I watched it, it might have changed my point of view. I'm not too sure, but if I watch it right now and think, oh, I should have picked Pep, then that's my problem. But I'm gonna have to pick Emma because of just like the way that she's changed the Chelsea team. Like when like the behind the scenes, the documentary truly showed the behind the scenes and the way she is as a coach and understanding of it, of like not being just a coach but having just like that connection with the players, like not as a coach but as a person. I think as well is truly important, not just that professional but like just even the unprofessional relationships will just bring you even closer. So I'm gonna have to pick Emma Hayes. Yeah,
lovely again. All right, next one we got football media. So would you rather Sky Sports, Talk Sport, or YouTubers?
I think I'm gonna have to pick YouTubers. I feel like I feel like Sky, like commentary in general, is it's really I'm not really a fan of it because they like I forgot the word, but I was speaking to my dad about it the other day as well. We was watching the Brazil versus England game and the commentary were just like basically grilling the players, and I'm thinking like you don't know what it means to be a professional footballer, so like why are you commenting on it? So that's like kind of what I don't really like football as well. A lot of politics and commentary involved, and it's kind of like you can't even be your own player without people saying something. But regardless whether you're doing good or you're doing bad, people are always gonna talk, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say YouTubers, and then YouTubers is cool because you can see the comments as well, you can see the different points of views, and then yeah, I'm gonna say YouTubers.
Like that. All right. Think about playing football. Yeah. So would you rather play in the rain or play in the snow?
Rain.
We're talking a lot of rain, not like drizzle. Rain.
Rain. I've played in rain. Yeah, rain. Yeah, I'll pick rain. Snow is crazy. Snow is crazy. Nah, snow is crazy because if you're deep in it, yeah, snow, that means ice on the pitch. Like I've played on an icy pitch. Like you know how many players probably rolled their ankles on the pitch? I'm not trying to do that. I'll firm the rain.
Yeah, cool. I like that. All right, Saka or Foden?
You know, recently Foden's been on form. You know,
he has.
Foden's been on form, but Saka.
My guy.
It's mad, but yeah, Saka is techie. But I'd have to say recently because of his performances, Foden, like he's been on job. So I'd have to say Foden. Yeah.
All right, cool. Academy or grassroots? Now you can tell me. Is that
grassroots?
Is academy grassroots football or it is separate?
So it is separate. Yeah. Okay.
Just because I was going to say, I've asked that. I want to make sure I'm not just saying grassroots versus grassroots.
No. So I'd say, I don't know. At the same time, I do, but I don't. I think academy football is good, yes. However, I say real life football, but when you're playing against men or women, I'd consider that as real football because you're playing against older people who are more experienced. Of course, it's going to be a challenge at first, but when you play first team football, for example, like I've been in both worlds. So I've played academy football and I'm currently playing first team football, and you just see the differences. Like the facilities, of course, are better within academy football, but then first team football, you see like physicality, speed of play. You see that older players are more like advanced. So like they would be 2, 3 steps ahead of you, which obviously like you need that. And in academy football, you're playing within people around your age anyway. And I feel like in academy football is more likely for you to be kind of like the big fish in the pool. If you're the best player there, you're not really going to improve. So when I went to first team football, of course, it was a massive step, but I think it was the step that I needed because the player I am today compared to the player I was, I'd say 4 years ago when I was in, I think Millwall, completely different players. Like even my whole view of the game is just changed completely, and I think that comes with the coaching that I've received at Dulwich, like first team football. So yeah, it's crazy. But I'm gonna have to say, would you consider first team football as grassroots football?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where the cutoff point would be.
Because if it,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
I get,
it's like
yeah,
official with clubs. It's no longer grassroots. That's what I'm thinking
yeah. Okay,
because
cool. So
they're not
okay,
like the
yeah,
first.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
so if that question, if it was between academy and first team, I'd pick first team football.
Okay.
But if because it's academy and grassroots, I'd pick academy.
Okay.
I'd pick academy. Yes, they give you those foundations and the type of training that you need that in the professional game, definitely. But first team football, it is a big step, but it's the step that you need if you really want to make it pro. You see the change in levels as well. So yeah,
Cool. Nice. All right. Give the ref the new blue card or keep what we got.
keep what we got, man. Keep what we got. Like, why are we changing football? Football's been the same for how many years? Why are we adding blue, green, like all of these cards? Like, come on, man. Just keep football the way it is. Like, come on. What was the? I saw. Was it a purple card? What's the blue card for? Is it sin bin or something?
No, it's both. I think the blue card, and I don't know if the blue card sends you to the sin bin or the
Mhm.
blue card is a warning before your next move is the sin. I don't even know. I'm glad they didn't even
No, they
make
need to get rid of that because it's just
that
not
because
even
I
going to
was
be
like,
football no more. It's going to be some joke thing. Like, it's not even
this,
football. Nah,
this is
nah, nah, nah.
ridiculous. But all right, you said keep what we got.
Keep
Next
what
one,
we got. Keep what we
keep
got.
VAR or get rid.
Oh,
Come
this
on.
VAR question is weird.
Where are you
A
with
lot
it?
of a lot of controversy with VAR. It's made some good but skeptical decisions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, don't know. Some really good goals have been called offside because of VAR, but they've
Yes.
been
But
onside.
with
It's
the
just
with the with the
really,
offside, with the offside, I think offside is the only thing that they get right. As in, if it's just passed, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
It's passed. It's when
yeah,
it comes to like fouls and stuff. I think
yeah, yeah,
shaky.
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't know what he's
I
doing.
think yeah. I think
Get me? We
I
can't go
agree.
wrong with
Yeah,
lines in my mind. The
exactly.
line's there. It's there. I
It's
know it's
there
like an
exactly.
elbow. I know it's like a little hair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
a toenail and all that. I know,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
over. You know what I mean? You know, like if it's
Nah.
a long jump, the man
Yeah,
count to the line. They don't
exactly,
say that, it's
exactly,
over.
exactly.
Let them
Yeah,
go. They don't say
exactly. They
that.
don't round it up. They don't round it up. So
They're not
yeah,
saying that.
no,
So I
I think
can
I
take the
agree with you.
offside rule, but everything else with VAR, yeah, I don't like it
Yeah,
myself. But
yeah, I agree with you. The offside rule, I think it's just managed the game a bit better in terms of goals. Like I said, some goals have unfortunately like really good goals have been called off, but it's been off because of the measurements have been properly calculated by a computer. Computers are always going to be more accurate than humans, so regardless. But I think in some fouls though have been a bit dodge. So yeah, I don't know. I think I think keep it. I'm not sure, I'm gonna have to skip. I'm gonna have to skip this one because
Yes.
this is a truly balanced one. This one is
Yeah,
like it's good
yeah.
for
It's good for
seeing
certain
what
things. You're
goes.
right.
It's good for
Yeah.
certain things, but then at the same time, like it can be a bit like inaccurate for like fouls and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this one. So
Okay, lovely. The next one is always win the game, but you're always a sub, or you always start, but the result is up in the air.
up in the air. What do you mean?
As
Like
in, you might win, you might lose, you might draw, like a normal game of football. So you can start
yeah,
that game, but
yeah.
you can make sure from now your team would always win, but you're a sub.
You know what? I think obviously you would want what's best for the team, but then at the same time, if you're on the sub, like if you're on a bench, what benefit are you going to get from that? you're not going to get any benefit from that. Like as a player, you want to be playing games because that's where you truly are tested, and that's where you can test your abilities and see, like, obviously if the training has paid off. So I think for me, I'd start and then see what the game of football, because that's what football is. That's what football
That's what
is. You never
football
know
is.
what the game. You
Yeah,
never know where it's gonna go. So
yeah.
I think start the game, truly test your abilities, work to your hardest, and win the game. Just win the game by working as hard as you can, basically, and start.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd say that.
Lovely. All right. Next one is get praised by your teammates or get praised by your coaches. Which would you
Ooh,
rather?
good one. I'd say teammates, because they're actually on the pitch with you, they're playing with you. Um, Obviously by your coaches is really good because you like they're like the hierarchy. So,
That's right.
but I think teammates, because they might see small details that your coaches haven't seen. They might see like a little flick on or a little pass that your coach hasn't seen because you're all the way on the other side of the pitch. So yeah, I'd say teammates. I'd say teammates for me. Yeah.
Lovely. All right. If you had to pick 5-a-side or 11-a-side?
11 aside. 5
11.
aside is good. 5 aside is good. It's really fast paced. But I think for the type of player that I am, I've played 5 aside a couple times and it's gone like either way. Sometimes I played good, sometimes I played questionable. So I'd say like 11 aside for the type of player that I am. I have more space, I have more time, and I can truly take players on. When in 5 aside, it's more just like pass and move, which I do in 11 aside, but I love taking players on. So I'd say 11 aside for me, definitely.
Lovely. Okay. Next up, got 4 more. Thinking here. Right. Travel to play football or travel to watch football?
Play football, travel to play.
Travel to play.
Hmm.
Lovely. Next up, play in a World Cup final or play in the Champions League final?
World Cup final.
World Cup final.
Yes. Playing for
Okay.
your country. There's no topping playing for your country. You're representing those thousands, millions of people in that one country. 100% World Cup final.
Nice. Nice. All right. Next up, we got get a call to be the first woman to play in the Premier League
Mm.
or be the first £1 million player in the WSL. If there isn't one already. I don't think there was one.
Um,
Yeah, make history or make history. It don't matter.
yeah, literally make history, make history. But I think they would both be, for example, like records, but the second one is breakable because the WSL, you'd be £100 million player,
Next
but
day, someone else gets
in the next like decade, for example, someone could double that. But then no one could top being the first player to be in the, what was it, in the
Premier League.
Premier League? Exactly.
Yeah,
No one, you can't be the first because there's already been a first. You can only be the second. So I'd say be the first in the Premier League.
lovely. All right,
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this one. I'm going to ask you anyway by what you said. Here we go. Would you rather be an average player with a good reputation or an elite
Mhm.
player with rumors of cheating?
Ooh,
I didn't think that would stump you. I thought
did.
you would say
No,
but
it
let's go.
did.
Let's go.
It
Talk to
no,
me.
it did. But I think I'd
Because it
be,
is rumors. It's not a fact of the cheating.
yeah,
It's rumors.
exactly. It's rumors. But like, what would the rumors be like of me cheating? What would the cheating be? Like using
Yeah,
enhancements, for
yeah,
example?
yeah. That's why you're fast
Well,
type thing.
oh, I'd be an elite player with rumors. Like you
With
said, the rumors
rumors.
run through, and
Same, same.
and my family and friends know me well enough for me to not be cheating because I've clearly just worked hard enough to be the player that I am. So yeah, elite player with rumors.
Nice.
Those rumors will die down soon anyway. So
Yeah, facts. All right.
exactly. So
Love the mindset. All right. One more question in this block, which is Sunday morning on the
mhm.
pitch with your Dulwich girls or Sunday morning working with the pros, as I've seen you do, like in Manny and with Grealish and them man there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice work.
I think When you mean working, do you mean like training with them or?
Whatever, what you had on the stories, on your stories on your IG when you was up there, is you
Yeah,
and your brother in the black kit. So whatever that
yeah,
was,
yeah,
like, doing
yeah,
that or
yeah.
Sunday with your girls.
Oh,
Man,
you know what? I'm gonna have to apologize to Dulwich, but I think I'd have to do with the pros.
saying
I'm
okay.
gonna
I
have
don't
to
think
do
you're
it with
gonna
the
begrudge you that
pros.
anyway. I don't think no one would.
Yeah, I think they're pros and they're pros for a reason. So if any little advice that I can get from them that could change my game is, yeah, it'd have to be the pros, I'd say.
Excellent. All right,
Yeah.
lovely. All right, end of that, we're gonna go into experience block now. We'll be back.
Tells a story, and every goal ignites a community. Welcome to Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up, where football finds its voice.
All right. So, as a player, what do you believe is the most important things when choosing a football club, i.e., wage, the weather,
hmm
the size of the club? Like, if
hmm
you could give me like three things to you, like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's important that,
Um,
that you'd be looking out for.
I'd say firstly, how the team would use me as a player, like what position I would play at, and whether I'd be happy in that position, and who I would be working with in those positions if I get well with those players, like get on well with the players.
Okay.
Um,
As in, so is this
so
like
'cause-
a sit down with the coach, basically? That's one thing. So you
yeah,
can
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
that.
I'd
Okay.
say yeah, like sit down with the coach and like what formation would they play? How would I be involved within that formation and how like what sort of teammates would I have within that position? Like if I'm playing as a 10, what is the striker like? What is the wing? What are the wingers like? And what are the other midfielders that I'll be working with? Because those are the players that I'll be predominantly working with. And if I can see that I'll get on well with them, like our chemistry is good and we're able to pop the ball around quickly, yeah, that's a green flag for me, I'd say.
Same.
Um, Another thing I'd say is I think this is kind of like two in one because from then I'd be able to figure out whether I would be comfortable in the team or not. Like if the team is, or you could put it as the second one, if the team is welcoming and I feel like I've been properly welcomed in and I feel a part of something and I'm truly happy to be there and the coaches are really supportive and over communicating with me and the same with the teammates, then yeah, that's really important for me as well. I feel like I said before, like how about Emma Hayes having a relationship, not even as a coach, but just as a person to person within the player and the coach. Just having a good relationship between each other is really important because I think getting to know them as a person before a player is truly important, and then that will sound so like the base of the relationship, and then you'll just grow and build from there. So I'd say how I'm gonna be used to like sit down with the coach, welcome in, and wage isn't something that I'm like truly looking into. I'd say like the environment
So like,
because
yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
the three things that I listed are those like the superficial things, the wage, like weather. Because I always hear
yeah,
about professional footballers, they care about where
yeah,
they go
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah,
size of the club, history and all that. So is that the last things on the
yeah,
list? That's last.
yeah. Like the environment. I don't know if you could involve weather in that possibly, but the environment, I'd say like if there's stuff to do around for like my family and everything, to make sure that my family are happy, within the area as well. Obviously, they would want what's best for me. So if I'm happy at the club, I know my parents will be happy. They'll back me regardless. But obviously, I would want my parents to be happy, and I'm obviously in a safe area as well. But weather, not really fast. I mean, I've been in England all my life, and you know what English weather is like. So like I'm used to it, my family's used to it, so that's not an issue. Wage, like superficial thing as well, not really a thing for me. I'd say the last thing as well, club history. Like I haven't all the clubs that I've been to, I never look into the club history.
Okay,
But like it's just not really something that I will dig deep in. Like obviously I'll do my research of like, oh, okay, cool, what's this team about and everything. But it's not something that's like my top three, I would say.
cool, lovely, great answer. All right, little deep one here. Hopefully we could skip it, but knowing life, we won't be able to. Sexism. Have you had to deal with any
Mm.
sexism as a player? If so, can you tell me about it and how it was dealt with? Hopefully, it was dealt with.
I don't. Let me think. I don't actually think I have dealt with it.
It's a blessing.
Direct, yeah, I don't think I have
Or
like
do you think
directly.
it hasn't been strong? Maybe it's been like light.
It may, yeah, it's probably been like, yeah, I think so. I think it's been really
Like girls
light,
can't
but
play, like something stupid,
yeah,
like
like so,
not like
like yeah, so like I
can you
haven't,
leave type thing.
yeah, no. So I haven't had like, not that I can remember, but I haven't had any like comments of like girls can't play. I've just
Okay.
always been the one to kind of prove it before they can even say the comment. Like
Yeah.
I've just been the one to prove it before they can even comment. Like I said, I grew up playing within boys teams, and
There you go.
I was fortunate enough to be made captain of my secondary school boys team, only girls. So yeah, I haven't had any sort of like sexism comments. But there's been moments where obviously you do get looks when you go into like a football cage, for example, where it's just full of boys and you're kind of the only girl, or you've got like a group of friends and like there's three girls in it. It's just kind of like, oh, like kind of like what are they doing here? But yeah,
They should find out.
it's just kind of, yeah, they soon find out. But I think as well, it wasn't like it wasn't like direct. They would just kind of give looks like, oh, like kind of like why there are girls in the cage, and then we'd all play a game and they'd be like, okay, cool, and then like we see why like you lot can play, your ballers and everything. So yeah, it was mutual, but it was nothing like, oh, girls can play, or like you're trash, you shouldn't be playing. Like nah,
Yeah,
nah.
that's all right then.
Luckily,
Yeah,
I'm fortunate enough to not have experienced
yeah.
it, and
That's a
hopefully,
that's a
I don't.
that's a blessing. That's a blessing. All right. Tell me about the best day you've had so far playing grassroots football. It's the best thing so far. Is there like, I don't know, a wonder goal, championship win? I don't know, last minute,
Um,
or just joining a club or something. The best thing.
so I've had quite a few. Like, I'm fortunate enough to have quite a few good days, but I think the one that truly changed everything was a free kick I scored against Man City. So this was a showcase game with a collaboration of She's a Baller and Puma. Again, that was organized through a whole process of like a tournament, and then players get selected to do a showcase, and then through the showcase, you got selected again to do a showcase against a WSL club. So I was fortunate enough to get selected and then get the Puma boot deal that I was talking about.
Hmm.
So I was selected by Puma and Man City for being player of the match, and then fortunate enough to get the boot deal. And I think I was having like, I'd say, decent performance. Obviously nerves are high when you're playing against a WSL club because you've got loads of people watching, like it's recorded, and you've got like academy coaches, scouts, players watching you. So
Yeah,
yeah, nerves were definitely high, but I just kind of just wanted to enjoy myself and enjoy the opportunity and where I was and the facilities. But then yeah, got a free kick and I managed to score, and then after that was kind of like the cherry on the top. And then yeah, I feel like that's what made me get the boot deal, which yeah, I was fortunate enough to get. And then yeah, that's kind of where my profile kind of grew from. And then yeah, I'd say that's been like a real highlight for me, truly.
excellent. All right, so we went high. Let's go low. Could you tell me about the worst day you've had so far in grassroots football?
The worst day,
Hopefully, it's just a game or something.
yeah, it was just I think it was just a really bad game against a former club. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah,
I
that's
think
bad.
those ones are pretty bad. So I was at Millwall for I think 3 or 4 years, and then not last year, the year before, so 2022, around October, November, I signed for Dulwich. And then last year we played Millwall at Champion Hill, so our home ground, sorry. And then yeah, I mean for me, I don't feel like I played the way I played. I mean, my whole family and friends came to watch, and then a couple of my old coaches as well came to watch, and they were like we thought you played pretty well and stuff. Like I was against like a really good fullback, like she was really physical. And like I'm like quite a small player, but I obviously didn't use that as an excuse. Like I just tried my technical ability of trying to get away from her, or like doing quick 1-2s, like triangles to pop it
Yeah,
around and then move. But yeah, and then I was just like in my head, I was just in my head completely, and everything was just not working for me. And then yeah, so I got taken off at half time, and that was kind of like a dark moment, I'd say, where it was just kind of like
Yes.
reflecting, and it's just like really hard, especially for a former club. But I had a couple of the girls, one in particular that kind of like spoke to me after the game, and then was like reassuring me and was like, honestly, like, look, like, you can't expect such high expectations of you, especially with a former club. Like, you're not expected to do anything special just because your former club is here. But obviously for me, I've got really
You
high
feel that, innit?
expectations,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you feel
But for me, I have like really high expectations on myself. Obviously, I wanted to impress my family. My friends were there, like I said, and it was a former club, so I kind of just wanted to show, like, look, like, just
yeah.
wanted to play well, basically, like any other player would. But unfortunately, it didn't go like that. But I kind of just used it as a lesson, a learning curve to get over, and just to kind of like, as like a lesson, like I said, just like if something's not going well, try something new, or just start again and rebuild, do basics, and then you grow your game from there, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that was like lowest point of football, I'd say.
You definitely got up though, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely got
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
All right, next question. We're halfway through in this block. So, are there any misconceptions about being a young footballer, would you say, i.e., they love money, they're
Mhm.
crybabies, they're soft?
Yeah,
I'm guessing you'd say no to all of that, right? Like, we're not that.
yeah. I'd say some of them would say that, like, some could be like lazy, for example.
Okay.
I think especially within the girls' game, the women's game, you have like an age where we're entering like our teenage years, and then obviously like hormones are all over the place. So you might have liked football last month, this month you're hating it. So I think that like there's like ages where you truly see who really wants to make it, and then you're there like, oh, like some girls will like just drop out because they're not liking it anymore. So some could be called lazy, which for me, I would say I'm not, but I know a lot of players aren't either. But then a lot of them could say they're not lazy, but they're not doing the extras or the extras of the extras. So they're not going to the gym after a game to do rehab. They're not stretching. They're not foam rolling. They're not having the right nutrition. They're not getting 8 hours of sleep. So they're not doing the extras of the extras to make it pro. So I'd say not laziness, but just those little differences that make tweaks to your game, which make you either an amateur or a pro or an elite player, basically. Um, so laziness could be quite a misconception of young players as well. And I think a lot of them can be, need to be careful with what I say actually, but a lot of them can let money, or the money that they get, or the benefits that they get from football get to their head, which obviously isn't good. Like, you don't want to be a cocky player at the age of what, 18, 19, because you're not going to get anywhere with that attitude. Like, realistically, in first team football, you're not just, if you're like, oh, I'm like, you're going into the team and you're like, oh, I'm the best player here. Of course, be confident in your ability, but you can't be going in saying, oh, I'm the best player here, and then you'll get humbled like that. So you
Yeah.
need to be careful quickly. So you got to be careful with how you manage your successes and everything. Like, I'm quite a quiet player. I don't really like talking about like like the stuff that I've managed to achieve. Like, if you know me, like my friends and my family, or if you know me, like you've grown up with me, then you'll know. But it's not something that I'll brag about. Like, the last player I want to be is a big-headed player. Because like if I despise it, but then I'm that player, then that's the worst fear of mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you need to be careful with how you're dealing with like the successes that you're getting. Just remain humble, basically, and then yeah, just keep working. Yeah.
Lovely. Excellent. All right. Next up, what is the best piece of advice that you've received in football?
Oh, that I've received.
Yeah.
Um, I think um I'd say like two, but they're like basically like the same thing. So it's
Okay.
just like focus on your own journey and don't care what like people think or say about you. Like don't care about other people's opinions. So I think for me, one thing that limited me growing up was caring too much about what people thought. Even today, it's something that I like struggle with. Is just not caring about what people think or say. Um, and then focus on your own journey. Like I think comparison is the biggest thief of happiness. Like if you're constantly comparing yourself to other players, you're never just going to be happy or satisfied with yourself. So I think if you just focus on your own journey, you'll be happy with your mini successes that no one else has seen. They're just mini successes, that many targets that you've managed to reach because you've set them yourself, and you're focusing on yourself and your own journey. Don't keep comparing yourself to others. So I think those two are the best. And like I said, I'm still working on it, but I think I've improved on like focus on myself and not comparing myself to other players that I'm seeing my age or younger, having like playing academy or playing first team football, making their pro debut, signing contracts. But then everyone's got their own journey. So yeah, definitely focus on yourself, and don't compare yourself to others.
Nice. Excellent. You're so good at this one. You're so good at this. Here's one for you. What is your favorite way to relax after a game? So do you hit the
After a
gym to do your
game,
stretching and stuff? Or is
you
that not
know,
your
you know what? So sometimes depending whether it's like a home or away game, um, and as well, our games are like 2 p.m. kickoff, so it could finish kind of late. And then obviously after the game, we have like the team building, so we stay like half an hour, 40 minutes after each game together, and then the next day start my routine. I got school, so I can either, depending if I'm like on half term, for example, go to the gym and do some stretching, but sometimes I just come home and then do my stretching at home and foam roll. I admit I don't foam roll as much as I should, but I do the stretching, but the foam rolling is just as important.
don't we all?
And then yeah, like sometimes you're just like, oh, like I can't be asked, but like
I
it's
can see mine
important.
there. Can you see mine in the background?
Uh
There it is.
yeah. I got mine here as well, but it's just here collecting dust at this point, honestly. So I just need to be a bit more strict with the phone running. But yeah, I just stretch out, and obviously my mom's always on my case about stretching, getting 8 hours of sleep, drinking water, eating the right food. So
Yes.
yeah, it's just like engraved in my head. So yeah,
That's
literally.
good.
So yeah, mainly I come home and then just stretch. I shower or stretch, then shower, eat, and then chill, and then yeah, just relax before the week ahead, basically.
Nice. Do you give yourself a bedtime? Is there like, I gotta go bed? I'm not hitting 11 o'clock or something. Is there a time?
Um, not
You just
really.
sleep counts.
Nah, not really. Like I kind of just I go to bed, but I'm not able to sleep until I'm tired. So
So
that
yeah,
can be like I try go bed like quite recently. I've been trying to go bed earlier so that I get tired earlier and then sleep earlier instead of waiting till I'm tired, which is like what 11:30, and then go to bed then.
yeah,
So he used to go bed at like 11 because that was the time, but then obviously I'm like thinking like, I can't be just only getting 7 hours of sleep all the time. So yeah, I aim to try get into bed for like 10:30, which most days but like I mean Wednesdays and Thursdays, sorry, when we have training till 9:30, it's kind of difficult to get into bed at that time because obviously I'm coming home, showering, I either
you're gonna
get a
shut
bit
down
of
in that time. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So like you still got that adrenaline in your system, so it's kind of hard to get out. So my schedule kind of gets ruined from Wednesday to Thursday, and then Friday is already a weekend, so I just go bed whatever time in it. So yeah, it's mainly Monday and Tuesday that I try go bed early, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me try keep this up, and then Wednesday, Thursday gone. So, but yeah.
Lovely. All right. I think I know the player you're gonna say, but it might be someone else. If you could follow the path of any player in the world of football, whose path
Hmm.
would you follow? Let's try and take their personal life out because some of them
Yeah,
superstars
yeah,
a bit left. Only their football career. Who would you like to follow? Is it
yeah.
the name that you
Messi.
said already? Oh, it's Messi. I
Messi.
thought it was going to be one of the
No,
Brazilian brothers.
no. Do you know what? Do you know why though? Because it would have been Neymar, but I don't think Neymar lived up to his like full ability. Like he
See,
was a top player. I feel like if he could have been able to get a Ballon d'Or, but he was unfortunate to not get one. I feel like Messi's had the perfect football career. He's had Ballon d'Ors, World Cups, Copa America, and like Champions League, and like, so
everything.
I'd say yeah, he's got everything. And obviously that's what you want as a footballer, to get all those trophies. So yeah, I think it'd have to be Messi. He's won it all. So yeah.
Nice, lovely. All right. What do you look for in a coach? Like, are you the put your arm around me type, or can you take the shouty coach type?
No,
Like,
no. Allow me with the shouting. Allow me with the shouting. I can't do the shouting thing in front of everyone like that. That doesn't run. That don't run with me. I can't do that.
as in singling you out, or just shouting at the group. You don't want shouting. Period. Is that
shouting, like even shouting at the group, like that's just not good communication skills. Like, why are you shouting? Just talk to us. No, I can't do the shouting. I can't do the shouting. Like, if it's the whole group, then I might be able to take it. But individually in front of the group, that can't run. That can't run. With me. So I think for me, if you're trying to tell me, like, for example, if I'm not having the best game, like, at halftime, pull me aside and have a personal one-to-one conversation with me and say, look, I think these 3 things you're doing well. Try do these 3 things. And then set those 3 targets to improve your performance. Basically, don't say, "Oh, you're having like a dead performance. Do better." Like, no, just say, identify the 3 points that I'm doing well in my game, and then identify 3 targets for me to complete within the game to improve my performance. Basically, so yeah, pull me aside and have a chat, like a personal one-to-one chat with me. Yeah.
Can't say nothing to that. Can't say nothing to that, boy. I'd love to be there when you ever buck up with a shouty coach and you say that.
No.
All calm as well. Listen, take me to the side.
Nah, because I'm not one to shout back at the coach, but as well, I'm not gonna shout at you. Respect goes both ways. Don't be shouting at me in front of the whole team. If you want to chat to me about my performance, okay, cool. Pull me aside after you've spoken with the whole team. Tell me 3 things I've done well, and tell me 3 things I need to improve on, or set me 3 targets to improve my performance. Don't come shouting at me, because it's gonna go through one ear and come straight out. You know, no, it's not. Nothing is gonna. It's not gonna. Nah, you're just gonna be talking to a brick wall. Right there. You're gonna be talking to a brick wall. Nothing's gonna go in. It's gonna come in one ear and come out the other. So nah.
Smooth. Yeah, no, I like that. That's excellent. All right, last question in this block, which is what would you say is the one biggest sacrifice that you had to make to pursue this career that you have right now?
I wouldn't say I've had one yet, but I have. No, I wouldn't say I had one, but I have one coming up. So I'm going to be going to America in July for football. So that's going to be a really big sacrifice for me. I'll be leaving friends, family, relationships behind. Obviously to pursue the career that I want. And then yeah, so that's going to be a really big sacrifice. But honestly, I'm willing to do anything that I'm capable of to make it pro. So if it means having to unfortunately leave family and friends behind to give me better opportunities and open up new doors that I'm not able to get here, then so be it. It'll be all worth it in the end, basically. So suffer now to enjoy life later.
Big up your mum and dad, man. Big them up and big yourself up. I don't want to leave you out, but
thank you.
Just see the teachers. All right, we'll be back. We're coming back for some random questions.
It's down to a T, minus the milk and 2 sugars. Easy. You can see it's a good look. You can see it's a good look.
All right, so here we go. This is gonna be, I don't know how many of these we're gonna get in because I got 2 other blocks and we haven't got long left. But you're smashing this. I don't even want to go. But all right, so here we go. Is how would your coaches and teammates describe you?
Me, quiet. That's
quiet.
it. Quiet. Just quiet. Yeah. Just quiet. Hopefully hardworking as well, because I feel like
you're quiet. Are you quiet on the field too? I think you said that already.
So I am a quiet, like in terms of like my personality, I am quite
Yeah.
quiet. On the field, sometimes I admit I can be quite quiet and I can go a bit ghost, but then I kind of like switch on and I'm like starting to communicate. Obviously, I think I noticed as well recently that once I stop communicating, then I start to ghost a bit and then I'm not getting the ball as much. So then if I'm constantly communicating with my teammates and everything, and even just information, if I'm not getting the ball, if I'm communicating, look, I'm going this side, you go this side, or man on, turn left, turn right, receive on your left, you got a man on your right shoulder, even stuff like that, I'm still within and involved in the game. So I think yeah, quiet, but I think that's one thing that I would have to improve on. Probably constantly communicating. Of course I'm gonna have moments where I switch off, I'm only human, but I think to avoid going ghost, I'm always having to communicate with my teammates to ensure that I'm always involved in the game, basically.
Lovely. Okay. How do you personally deal with a loss after a game? Like, is there something that you do? There's someone that you go talk to, chill with? What do you do personally, not team? After everyone's gone,
Me
yeah. What's Luna do?
myself, I kind of grieve on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think a red flag for me as a player is I hold on to the loss too much and I over criticize myself personally, like my performance, which of course to some extent is all right. If I know that I've watched a video back, for example, and I'm like, I should have done this pass or I should have dribbled or I should have taken a shot or crossed. It's good to a certain extent to the point where I'm not putting myself down and not identifying the positives that I had in the game as well. If not, it's just going to become a negative cycle and that's just going to keep replaying in my head. I feel like for me, I kind of need to have my moment where I just grieve on it a bit. And then Monday, I just forget about it and have a fresh week. And I'm like, okay, cool. At training, I'm going to do what I should have done in the game when I get the opportunity to do so. And then I get the outcome of what I've done, basically. And then, yeah, just go again. But I think one thing I just need to kind of just work on is understanding that I'm still growing as a player. And of course, I am going to make mistakes, and it all comes with experience. So, yeah.
That's right. All right. Next up, we got who do you believe has the hardest job in football? The players, the officials, the managers, the coaches, or the owners? Or if there's someone that I'm missing out that you think deserves the shout.
Uh, I think I think the players, because we're the ones that are actually playing the game. Um, Coaches can say you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, but you could be doing it and it's just not working. I mean, like at the end of the day, the coach can be saying, okay, you got to do this, but if it's not working on the pitch and they're not identifying it or not able to see that it's not working, you have to find something to switch it out. At the end of the day, they're giving us the information. We're the ones that are applying it, so it is easier said than done. So I'd say, yeah, the players have the hardest job. I'd say personally, for me as a player, um, other people might have other opinions, but for me as
Yeah.
a player, I think it's the hardest job because we're the ones that's actually playing the game and experiencing what we've been taught, basically.
Okay, lovely. All right. It's a question / scenario. So you're running down the wing. Yeah.
Mm.
The other team's player is running alongside you, trying to get you. They pull up, pull the hammy. You're gonna keep
Ooh,
running or you kicking the ball out?
is it a goal scoring situation?
You're level with the center circle, so it could have been.
Ah,
You're going, and you might even have heard it. Pop. Are you gonna?
Eesh.
Would you even hear it? You're going so fast.
That's the thing. Yeah, no, I think in this moment I'd have to play to the whistle. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, because it'd be a battle. It'd be the player in me would want to carry on, but then the person in me would want to stop and check if that person's all right. Because at the end of the day, that injury could be bad. If I've heard a pop, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
That's crazy.
crazy. Like,
I'm
pop
running,
you.
I'm sprinting, and I hear a pop. I'm thinking, nah, career is gone. So, but I think I'd have to play to the whistle. If the ref has said play on, then play on. But if the ref has called it, then I'll kick it out. And my team, I think my teammates would do the same as well. We'd carry on, play to the whistle. If the ref has said stop play, kick it out, and give him the throw in, and then obviously they'll check if the player's all right. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, next up, I got, if there's like a fight kicks off in a game, what type of player are you? Are you gonna go as in they're hurt, so that someone's coming at one of your players? Are you gonna go back your player?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go fight? You're gonna go break it up, or you staying out the way and watching? Let that just die down.
I've been in this situation.
Am I being like it's off impulse?
No, I think it might be off impulse. I think if I feel like I would try
if you're
break it
winning
up.
5-0, yeah, I wanna
Yeah,
fight. But
like
if you're down
sometimes,
3,
sometimes like I think it kind of depends on the situation as well. I've experienced it. I think twice, if not more. Hopefully not more, but twice. And the first one was actually with college, which I separated. Obviously not be by myself, because if there's like 22 players on a pitch, not one person, 5'2" person can separate the fight. Obviously not. But yeah, I pushed one of my friends to her side to try and get them because they were like one of the main players. So I kind of just like pushed her and said like, look, chill. And then whatever was happening behind me was happening behind me. I couldn't see, but I was just pushing her, getting out of the situation. And then the second time it happened was with at Dulwich. And I didn't really get involved because it was kind of like a fiery situation. And I was just like, why get involved? Because if I've already seen that it's being dealt with, where like obviously the more senior players are like separating it, there's no reason for me to involve myself, because then I'm just going to be adding more oil, like
fuel
to the fire, basically more fuel to the fire. So it's just kind of depending on the situation as well. But yeah, like obviously I'd back my teammates. But if I'm already seeing that it's getting dealt with, there's no reason for me to get involved. But if it's literally right in front of me and I see that it's getting like around like that pushing, like obviously the pushing goes to like whatever could happen, then obviously I'm gonna like, if I'm like one of the closest people there, I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna like take my play away, but obviously I'm gonna back it and then just basically protect my player as well, because I know they'll do the same for me.
Lovely. Okay, got 3 more in this section. What advice would you give a young player who wants to follow your path? Like, I see you working. Yep, that's what I want. What would you say? Would you tell them to follow exactly what you've been doing? Is there like some bumps to try and get them out of that? Or
not exactly, because I wouldn't say follow exactly what I've done, because everyone's got their own experiences and their own journey, like I said. So I think just follow the positive habits of what I've done. So just work hard, focus on yourself, and enjoy the process, I'd say is what they should do. And don't compare yourself to others as well. Like I said, like just literally just focus on your journey and work hard. But if that's what I would take away from what I've done growing up and what I'm still doing. And they'll have their own experiences, their own bumps in the road. Like if I can see that they could have gone, if they're going through a situation that I went in, if I can do something to avoid it, then I'll let them know, look, do this instead of this. But obviously they're gonna have their own like experiences that I don't have experience in, so I wouldn't be able to advise anything. They're just gonna have to learn how to deal with it by themselves, or with their own family or with their own friends, because in the future it's going to be something that they've learned from it, and if they come across it again, then they know how to deal with it themselves, basically.
Lovely, excellent. Okay, last one is: have you ever wanted to stop or quit playing football?
I
was going to say, if
yes.
So, can you say what happened and what got you back to
this? I'd say
if it's not personal,
yes, no, it's not. It wasn't personal. It was just like a frustration of nothing was working. So I was just training, but nothing was working that day. But it was just all going wrong, and I was just like what is going on? Like I just completely forgot how to play football, and it just wasn't working. And I was just like, I just can't be asked for this. This is just like jarring me at this point. So I was just like this is long. And I even got to the point. Actually, there was 2. There has been a couple, but I feel like at the end of the day, once that situation has kind of died down, you're obviously like, okay, cool, like, I'll just go back to training. But the first one, I was a bit younger, where I was just like, nothing was going well, like I said, and it was just like, oh, just this is long. And then the second one, I was playing for a club. I won't mention the club, but I was at a club, and it was just toxic, and I wasn't enjoying myself, and it was just like stressing me out. And then it got to the point where I even put all like my boots in the bin bag, and I was ready to end it. I was just like, nah, this is not, like, I'm not enjoying it. So if I'm not enjoying it now, like, God knows what could happen in the future. So, but then I was like my parents could see that I was upset, and they just like kind of calmed me down. I was like, look, like, it's just kind of like a phase that you're going through. So just like have a break and then come back from it when you're a bit more calm and everything. So yeah, there has been situations where I was just like, I don't want to do this because I wasn't enjoying it. But I feel like every player has situations in their life where they go through phases like that, where they're like, oh, I'm not enjoying it, like, I want to stop.
Yeah.
But I think the overall love for the game does end up coming back, and yeah, you just fall in love with it again, basically.
Lovely. All right, we've got 2 more blocks. Got 15 minutes left to try and get them in.
Cool.
Next block is about Dulwich. Let's go.
Dreams, every moment is a victory. Welcome to Grassroots Gazette, from the ground up, where football's journey begins.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, this is such a great interview. I've got to speak to you again. I don't know when, but I've got to speak to you. Crazy. All right, Dulwich women, we've got 10 in here. Let's try and get these in. So, what was it that made you decide to join Dulwich FC? Was it your decision, or did you find you type thing?
So it was actually one of someone that I knew that told me about it before, but they told me that the coach was interested, but I was already going to a different team. Then I was at that team for a month, then I left, and then I was like, you know what, if they're still interested, let me go to it. So one of my teammates now, Salon, told me about the head coach being interested in me, and then I came down for a session. And then, sorry about that. And then he was like, yeah, come down to training and everything. And then yeah, it just went from there. And then I enjoyed it. It was local. I was expressing myself, and then yeah, just kind of took it from there.
Lovely. All right, next question. Are you in the first team or the reserves?
First team. Yeah. So I was in the first team, but on the 7th of January, I experienced an ankle strain, an ankle strain or sprain. I think it was a sprain, but I sprained my ankle, so I was out for a couple months, and then to get some minutes and my fitness back before I could get into the first team again, I was training and playing with the reserves, so I was doing that for a bit, and then obviously before the break that I'm having now, but yeah, first team player.
Nice. Okay, if you can tell me, I don't know how quick you can wrap that up, but how is the season going, and where do you plan to finish in the table? How many games left?
Currently, so there is, I think there's 2 or 3 games left. I think there's 2 games.
Okay.
It's either, I know it's the last home game this Sunday, and then I think the last game of the season is next week. But the season's going well because we're currently top of the table.
Nice.
So yes, we beat Fulham. I think it was 2-1. Last week. I think it was a midweek game. I was away on holiday, so I was unfortunately not able to go. But yeah, I was buzzing to see that I was top of the table, and I was like, yeah. So hopefully we stay there. Can't afford to lose, but got enough confidence.
Is it a promotion thing? Is it a promotion thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
So hopefully we can stay there and promote for next season.
All right. Next question, number 4. Yourself aside. If I was to come down to watch a Dulwich game, which one of your teammates should I be keeping an eye out? You can give me like 1 to 3. Who am I looking out for? Who's doing bits?
I'd say our striker, Summer Roberts. Such a joker, but top striker. I think one of the best, if not the best striker that I've played with. She's just always in and around of the box, comes in deep to receive it, bounces, spins, and then runs up. And she's just like an all-round striker. Someone that you would want in the box when you're getting crosses in. Obviously, as a winger, I'm getting crosses in, and if we didn't have a striker, then it would just be like kind of like who's there. but I've gotten a couple assists from goals that she scored through like headers and everything through like my crosses on both sides. So yeah, Summer Roberts, I'd say our striker. Two more. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to say our attackers because our attacking line is peak. You know, our
Same.
attacking line is peak. I'd say Angel Reed as well. She was at Millwall before she came to Dulwich. Rapid player. Yeah, really technical as well. Overall, sick winger. And Shakira as well. Shakira, top player as well. Really good winger, rapid as well. So yeah, we got a really good attacking line, I'd say. So yeah.
Cool. All right. Who's in charge of the music in the changing room, and what type of songs, artists you lot listening to get right? Or is it,
Um,
a headphone thing?
No, so it's we got a speaker, but we got like a Dulwich playlist. So kind of
Oh,
like
see.
everyone has a playlist, and you just add the songs basically. And then
Okay.
we've got like two or three people that will connect, but it will just play whatever's on the playlist, and it's like a little bit of everything basically. So
Yeah,
yeah,
a
different
little bit.
vibes and
Yeah,
everything is
yeah.
just adding. Yeah.
See. Is there not a like a victory song that you lot play when you win, or is it still just
Um,
for the playlist?
a victory song? Nah, I don't think so. We've actually got a couple songs like Dulwich sings, like when
Oh,
we when
see.
we when we win the game. Yeah, so like the hill song. So we name all the
Okay.
hills that we've got. We've got all the
Cool.
hills like Denmark Hill, Tulse Hill, Herne Hill. So we name the hills, and then the last one is obviously Champion Hill.
Nice.
But yeah, that's like the song that we sing after games, basically.
Cool. I know this isn't your first team that you've played for. Could you give me a
Mhm.
list of the teams that you played for?
So first team that I played for was St Matthew's Project, so a charity team based in Brixton. Home ground was Brockwell Park. Then
Nice.
I got scouted for Crystal Palace, was there for a year. Then I moved to Millwall, stayed there for 4 years. Went to Hounslow for a month or two, I think. And then, yeah, currently Dulwich, so five
Yeah.
teams basically.
Nice. She did it
Yeah.
in 5. All right, cool. What are your goals for next season? As in more goals, get faster, like your personal.
Um, I'd say to I think there's always stuff to improve on. So my left foot, like I think it's at like a good level, especially as a left winger, the crosses. Like I said, I've gotten a few assists from my crosses from my side as well. I don't like to be a predictable player and like always cut in with my right and then shoot. I like to either cut in or cross. So being able to have both feet definitely. So I'd say work on my left foot for like shooting, crossing, long range passes. I'd say work on overall fitness because fitness you can never be like
Yeah,
too fit or fit. So I'd say
yeah,
fitness and then overall like upper body strength. Like I'm quite a small player, but I've got like low center of gravity. So I think
yeah.
if I work on like Messi, so if you work on like your core and your upper body, I haven't got to be bulky, but just I got to be like lean and have a
Yeah,
strong core. Then no
yeah.
one can get me off the ball, basically, especially because like I'm quite quick and low center of gravity, like I said. So yeah, I'd say those three for me, basically.
Lovely. All right, 3 more in this one. What is one or some pet peeves, or I think they call it icks now, that you have as a player,
Yeah.
i.e., teammates being late
Um,
or not getting past the ball when you're open?
yeah.
You got
Yeah, I think that one. Not getting past the ball when I'm open. I mean, in a way, it is annoying for me, but if the player with the ball doesn't see that I'm in a good position, then fair enough. But it is quite irritating for me. And as well, yeah, I think ankle socks. Don't come with me. The ankle socks. Nah. And
oh,
this is
ankle
outside of football
socks.
as well. Outside of football as well, ankle socks should be banned.
Yes,
Overall, you
I
shouldn't be
agree.
wearing
No, I
ankle
don't. I
socks.
don't mind them on.
Nah.
I don't mind them on women, but I don't like them. I couldn't. I
Ankle
couldn't.
sock. Why are you wearing football boots with ankle socks, brother? Like you're like no, because imagine I've seen certain people play. I've seen certain man with cut socks with ankle socks. What are you doing with your life? Nah, that can't run, man. That can't run. You're
You
wearing
get
cut
me?
socks and ankle socks. That is outrageous. That is scandalous. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real, man. That's not real. That
Oh,
shouldn't be
that's
allowed, you know.
funny.
That
That's
should be allowed.
funny.
That's crazy.
Oh, nah, you kill me, man.
That's crazy.
That's
No.
mad. All right, here we go. Last two. Here we go. Let's test the heart on this one. I had to Google it because I didn't know. If Millwall Lionesses FC came knocking, would you switch?
Nah.
Nah. They are the
Nah.
rivals, right?
Yeah.
They are the rivals.
Yeah. Mainly Millwall and Fulham. But yeah, I'm happy at Dulwich. Just literally.
Lovely. All right, last one in here. Let me just switch it over. There is money is no object. Yeah, so this is get to be your vote. Where are you taking your Dulwich girls for warm winter training? You've got the globe. Where you going?
Anywhere.
You can take them anywhere.
I think I'd say Australia.
Ooh,
Australia.
down under. You been there before?
No, never. I want to travel the world, but I'd say Australia. When I saw Lionesses there for training camp, I saw they loved it. It was sick,
Right.
like sick experience. Like you're seeing like animals and you've got like different foods to try. You're in the sun, which is basically the main thing that you want to be seeing. But or even anywhere like an island with like a beach where you can go there to relax after. Spend like team bonding. So I'd say Australia or like a Caribbean island where there's like beaches and everything. But yeah, I'd say Australia is my first pick.
Nice. All right, lovely. Okay, here we go. It's the last block.
Cool.
Last block. Here we go. Let's try and get this in.
It's down to a T, minus the milk and 2 sugars. Easy. Take a good look. You can see it's a good look. Take a good look. You can see it's a good look.
All right, here we go. We've got 10 minutes so we can do this. All right, this section is inside the player's mind. Obviously, the whole thing is in your mind, but you know, I took this from inside the actor's mind from a old show. So it's 10 questions. Here we go. First one. What is your greatest strength as a player?
1v1s.
1v1s. Nice.
Yeah.
I had a referee.
Like my technical ability and stuff.
Oh yeah. No. I had a referee, right? I interviewed a referee, and she skipped the next question. So you're welcome to as well. What is your greatest weakness as a player? Because you are a player. You know,
greatest weakness.
You want to give it out to your
So strength, like technical ability, like in 1v1 situations. That's my strength.
Mm-hmm.
Weakness. Either I'd say probably decision making, and that's always something that I think is an issue for quite a few players. So knowing when to shoot, when to pass. But I think I need to make decisions based off my gut and whether I think it's the correct decision. So and sometimes I'll be in situations where I passed the ball when I could have shot instead. And that's happened quite a few times. So I think go with my gut. So yeah, I'd say decision making. Yeah, my greatest weakness.
Lovely. All right. Give me 3 words that you'd use to describe yourself.
Flary, fast. I'm either thinking between different or smart. I'd say different. I'd say different. Yeah, I'd say different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What gets you most excited about playing football?
I think looking forward to playing for 90 minutes and seeing what I can create within 90 minutes. Within a game, in a game situation, I'd say that. If I'm like training or just playing with friends, I think just working on new skills, just having a kick about with friends. So either seeing what I can create in 90 minutes in a game situation, kick about with friends, just having fun, and then in training, seeing what I can work on, basically.
Lovely. All right. Next, we go the opposite way. What gets you unexcited about playing football?
If it's like weather, if it's like really hot, then it's just like, oh, like I really don't want to play. Like it's just so hot. What else? Weather gets me unexcited. I think not even like like weather is not even like a big issue. It's more like when it's heat, like rain, not
When it's
so much. But
extreme, when it's
when
extreme.
it's
So
like
hot,
extreme heat,
snow.
yes. So like when it's like extreme weather, then it's just like, oh, like how's this game gonna go?
Yeah.
I'd say really far games because of the travel. Like some players like the travel. I don't. I feel like it makes me really tired and fatigued. And I don't know if I play as well, and I'm not in like my normal environment. Yeah, I think just those two. I can't think of another one actually.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can't think of another one.
Yeah, that's good because you play football. So it's good.
Yeah, can't think of another one.
You get me? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's it.
When you're nowhere near a football field, is there another sport that we could catch you playing?
You'd probably catch me doing athletics. I'll be real. So I used to do, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, athletics, which I did a lot for sports day in like primary school and secondary school, or in primary school as well. I used to do a lot of judo.
Okay.
So like mixed martial arts. So like either judo or athletics, I'd say one of the two, but probably most likely athletics. Is just I think it's a little bit easier to get into rather than
As in, I'm not saying as in if you wasn't playing football, when you're not
yeah.
football, you do that. That's what you're saying.
I think okay, yeah, I think I interpreted the question a bit wrong. So yeah, so if I weren't playing football, then it'd be those. But if it's just I'm nowhere near like a football pitch, I think the
Like maybe you
easiest
got
one to
2
play
weeks
is
off.
yeah. I think the easiest one is just to say like basketball. It's just you can go to a park and there's a hoop anywhere, then that's just easy to play, I'd say. So yeah, basketball, I'd say.
Nice. All right. Next up, number 7. What is the best compliment you've gotten from a coach?
That my ball mastery skills are like my superpower.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Got that from Sean Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Hey, salute.
Top coach.
All right. Number 8 is, do you have a favorite swear word, curse word?
Nah. I didn't even know we were allowed to swear on this, you know.
We doing our thing.
Say probably just the basic of like shit and that's it. Probably if I make a mistake and I'm like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
That's
it. The reaction.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just like subconsciously, that's it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 9. What profession other than football player would you like to attempt?
That's a good one. Other than a football player, does that have to be within the sports industry or can it be outside as well?
You could do anything. Prime Minister, everything.
Prime Minister, I don't think that's for me. Too much politics, I'll be real. Not for me. Oh, I'd say what I'm working towards, physiotherapist.
Okay.
Yeah. Literally physiotherapist or either physiotherapist or sports psychologist.
Okay. Yeah, you're not playing around.
No.
All right, here we go. Last one. What one thing you can do this and we do it tomorrow and here we go. One thing you can change in the football industry. Anything. What we change? Less politics.
Less politics and bring real football back. Does that
mean like making everything transparent, basically, type thing?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, everything's got to say and just like don't bring this robotic football. Like allow people to express themselves and play how they want to play. Not all this just get the ball and pass and release it. Allow the player to have the ball and express. Obviously, have their moments, but like don't hold on to the ball, but express and then move and then just So I'd say less politics and allow players to express themselves, truly allow them to play football for the sole reason of enjoying themselves.
I like that. Yeah. All right. I'm going to pop off the screen. I'm going to let you promote anything you want. Is there stuff you want to promote, like sites and anything?
No, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That was amazing. I can't wait to chop this up and get it right. You did great.
Thank you.
Big up your family. Big up your mum.
Thank you very much.
Big up your cousin. Get me?
Yeah.
Cages
Thank
and
you
all
very
that.
much. Thank you very much for this. See you soon.
That's it, man. Take it easy.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Like and subscribe, guys.
joining us on Grassroots Gazette. From the ground up. Remember, the spirit of football lives within us all. Until next time, keep the passion alive and the dreams soaring. This has been Grassroots Gazette. From the ground up.